Hi, this is Gina Lazenby and I'm sitting here, probably you can see that I'm sitting in San Francisco, Golden Gate Park with that fantastic bridge behind me. I've just spent the most amazing weekend with 2,000 other people at an event called Wisdom 2.0, fantastic event in San Francisco. It's kind of a place where commerce meets compassion. It's where the spiritual community of people who practice mindfulness meet the IT and technology crowd. A lot of people there from LinkedIn, Google, Twitter, Zappos, a whole series of Silicon Valley companies meeting many of the leaders in the spiritual field, people like Eckhart Tolle and Arianna Huffington, not necessarily known as a spiritual leader, but someone who is a champion in the technology area with her digital newspaper, and also a forthcoming book of hers called Thrive. She was actually, if not the keynote, but if not the star speaker at the event. Interestingly, one of the things that she said was 2013 was the year when many CEOs came out and admitted that they were meditators, that they had a mindfulness practice, maybe decades long, that was significantly important to them in their business. Now, they hadn't spoken about it before, but she pointed out that that is a real shift in being more open about how meditation, spiritual practice, which is essential for people, is becoming part of business practice. And Google executives talked about how there's a mindfulness culture at Google. So it's very exciting to hear how business and commerce are taking on these practices of making things different and beginning to change the culture of work, making work a much better place. Something else that was very prevalent here was this rise of conscious capitalism, the increase in understanding of the power of business to do good, and how so many younger entrepreneurs, some of them have made a lot of money in Silicon Valley, are now creating change and transformation by supporting all sorts of enterprises and projects that are creating significant social impact. That was a huge takeaway for me. Another thing that was great, not just the speakers, but the people who were attracted to come here, from a lot of them from America and California, obviously a high percentage, but increasingly people have come from all over the world. I mean, I came from London, I met somebody from Dusseldorf, people here from Brazil, Chile, so they'd created a beautiful global map of how many of us had trekked a long way. And for me, and for them, wisdom is it's an important part of our lives. Another takeaway from the event was the fact that people were finding their tribe. People who have a mindfulness practice, a meditation practice, a strong spiritual life, which they keep separate from business, and they go into work. There are two thems. There's their work self and their private self who has this spiritual practice or yoga practice. And they're increasingly stepping out or feeling like they have permission, or just by very virtue of coming to this event, they're seeing how they can combine those two lives. Again, that's a shift. So that was a very wonderful thing to see here, that there's a new language coming into business informed by compassion and beautiful values of love and connection, trust, intuition. These things people want to bring into their business life. There's some great people there. There was a 9-year-old girl who, as an entrepreneur at 9, has raised $1 million to end child poverty. I mean, what an amazing girl. Interesting to know that Wisdom 2.0 is coming to Europe. They have an event in September in Dublin. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and if you're part of the tribe who likes to see a new world created and business being at the forefront of that, I think this is the place for you.